Hey guys, welcome back to Clockwork Noodles for another breakdown of Spy X Family Core 2. This is episode 12, our penultimate episode. And before we get going, I'm just going to say yes, I am very sick. I have been in bed for 4 days now. I am laid up with flu. I was going to skip rest more before I did this video, but I realised that I'm about to go into hell week at work. I've skipped work and I can't afford to skip work anymore. So I'm going in tomorrow, which is going to be fun. But I need to get this video up or I'm going to be really behind. You're going to have to bear with me sounding like a frog. I sound like a frog. Or I think I sound like a frog. I said this in my winter review. I feel like I sound awful, but then I edited it and I sounded fine. But if you are not aware, the winter 2023 video is up for you guys. I've gone through it. I've broken down what's coming your way, what I'm breaking down on the channel, anything that's hyped going your way. Check out that video in a few weeks' time. Hopefully I've shifted the cold by then. I will be doing the end of season review where I'm going to crown top 3 animes. We've got 1 episode left of this anime now. This week's episode was a really nice one. I enjoyed the second half of the episode more than the first half. If you're not already, make sure you guys are subscribed. Thank you guys so much. I hope you are in for one hell of a festive period and that you are looking after yourselves and that you don't catch the flu because it's horrible and I hate life right now. It's been horrible. I was too ill to even watch anime. Couldn't sit in bed and watch anything because all the lights were really irritating my eyes, so I couldn't sit and watch anything. I couldn't have the laptop on or anything. I couldn't even just chill like most people do when they're sick. Let's just break straight to it because we're going to go jump into you're being super depressed after all of that Fiona stuff. I don't blame her, and this week it's hitting new levels of her just walking straight into something and then alerting everybody around her that she's just not feeling it. All of her neighbourhood women are starting to gossip even more. We do learn a lot from these gossiping women though. There's been more people in the neighbourhood turning their friends in. We know there's a lot of people selling each other out. Obviously Lloyd gets to overhear all of this and he knows that, well, I need to act quickly. This is really bad news. Lloyd may be the villain and he may be trying to throw money at all of his problems, but Frankie is just eating that sweet money like there is no tomorrow. Yum yum yum. Lots of money for Frankie. I do love Frankie though. I think he is the best babysitter and he also provides a frisbee for Bond, goodest boy, because Bond is the goodest boy. Even in the end of season review, I need to have a goodest boy award. I should start doing this, but I think even this season it's going to be between Pushita and Bond because they're both very good boys. How can I crown one good boy against another good boy? Damn. I don't think I can actually. No, what? Scrap it. We're not having that in the end of season review. I can't crown one dog against another. I did wonder if there was any significance to yours drink being called the Red Queen. This could be Easter eggs. The only thing that comes to mind is obviously Alice in Wonderland. And I think the weapon for Nero from Devil May Cry is Red Queen. Highly doubt that is what they're referencing. So it probably is an Easter egg. So you guys will have to let me know what Easter egg that really is. I was a little irritated that immediately Yor just starts drinking. That's also on Lloyd for getting her a drink in the first place because you know that she can't handle her alcohol and we're having a serious conversation. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. Maybe we should have gone for a cake. Maybe we should have gone to a cafe or something, just chilled and talk about it. It's irritating because she's just going to forget absolutely everything that is said, and that's actually what happens because at the end of this little chunk, she doesn't remember why his face looks the way it is, and it's sad because I want them to just talk like humans. I'm already sick. I love Yor. You guys know I love Yor, but hearing her squeaky and just mashing words together, it was painful, and she's better than that. But it does seem to take Lloyd's brain a little bit too long to connect that it's possibility that Yor is hurt or jealous because he does start wondering if she maybe loves him, and then it results in him going flying. This whole scene to me was just irritating today. Maybe it's because I'm sick. Becca's reaction after she's not sick, I'll have to go back and rewatch it when I'm not sick. Lloyd's brain immediately jumps to methodical. Like, I've done this before, I've been in relationships, it's time to use a honey pot. I'm gonna go all sweet and sugary, you can just turn it on just like that. Of course, the inner Lloyd fan of me is just like, oh my god, if he turned that on, I'm like butter in his hands, which is the point. And that's just a reminder that this is still all fake. He is still a spy. He's been in other relationships. He's done this to other women. Weird that the first time he actually considers that she could be a spy or something is when he's gone flying through the air, despite the fact that he's been beaten up before by her. That kick literally just sent you flying horizontal for a bit. Personally, I don't want you to even think. I don't want you to find out anything because I don't think you are going to find out. It feels like he should be asking these questions a lot earlier. A normal person kicking me, sending me flying through the air, and I'm a world famous spy. We do get a very brief glimpse of Lloyd's mother. You're making up lyrics. Being honest about it is just hats off to her. So I don't know the lyrics, but somehow the song I'm singing is triggering the song that you're hearing in your head, and somehow it's triggering the nostalgia. But we do get that open up. No lies, no nothing. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Baby Lloyd. I was feeling ill, but you know what made me feel better, guys? Baby Lloyd. How cute is he? He is literally the cutest thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry, Anya. He literally looks like a Vocaloid. Len. He looks like Vocaloid Len. Mentioning that Fiona has no parenting skills is something that we have touched on before. It would literally be a military hell boot camp for Anya. She just doesn't have that finesse. Yours looked after her brother all of her life. She's very more nurturing, and that's obviously the most important thing. Bear in mind that the most important thing, even with Lloyd, is continue being a mother to Anya. He does mention right at the end being a wife to me. Anya's the most important thing, which is true. But at the same time, there's a darker side to this because Lloyd is going to vanish. Nightfall's going to be there forever. She works where you work. In a very dark turn of events, when things do go correct and we get world peace, he's going to leave. I do believe that if he does leave Yor with Anya, she will look after Anya. I know at one point, I don't remember what sequence it was. Lloyd even says, I was going to send cash or I was going to check up on them once I left or something. I think it's once I finished a mission, he was still going to send money or check up on them occasionally, or I don't know what. He would have probably been in disguise for the whole lot. Reminder that he is planning to vanish and he doesn't intend to stick around. So obviously making sure that Anya is okay, will have somebody like Yor around is more important than having someone like Fiona who would also vanish because they're both spies. She needs to go somewhere else. Anya would be back in an orphanage, which is what we don't really want. And you would hope that at least as a payment for world peace, and thank you for helping us get world peace, Anya at least having one parent is going to be better than nothing. At least having Yor around is just going to at least guarantee that she's going to have a mum at the end of the day. Now, let's talk about the second half because I love the second half of this anyway. Becky, the bad influence, has been teaching Anya all the bad language about shacking up. There's also a very nice touch. Bond gets up before anybody else does. He knows that Lloyd and Yor are at the door, so he gets up and he goes to greet them because animal instinct, and the conversation between Frankie and Anya continues. Like, he's asking her if she likes her parents. Ooh, where's that conversation going? But then obviously the arrival of the two breaks that conversation up. Let's talk about Operation Skrix and becoming an Imperial scooter. We're going to have a social event coming our way. It's really cute to see Anya's ideas of love are just innocent. It's like, I like my parents, I like food, I like anime. Sorry, Bond, you didn't make it this time round, but maybe next time. Massive kudos to the car driver, Martha. Aqua Martha. I wonder if that's a reference to anything. Fantastic. I love the fact that she was scorning her in her head about adultery. You know, it's bad to commit adultery, don't do it. And then she's like irritated that they're not actually appreciative of the money they've got. Like, that's a lot of money, but that's nothing compared to what I get. And it's like, oh my god, guys. The fact is, the entire chunk now with the 6-year-old and the 8-year-old going crazy retail therapy, I can't afford that. All the way through that section, I was looking at those boxes piling up and I was like, man, it would be nice to just have the money to go and buy one big box or something. I don't think I really enjoy shopping that much anyway, but I could never afford to do this. The whole sequence is actually quite sad when you realise that a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old have more money than you. Possibility that Becky could be a cold hard criminal, perhaps. She's able to literally hire out an entire department store. Although the way the department store runs with all the people and all the departments reminds me of old Selfridges. Old style department stores where each bit would have its own line manager. Obviously rich stores. I was very much impressed because it did remind me of those proper stores where you go in, this section deals with just shoes, this section deals with just facial creams or something like that. It does give us perhaps the best area for gifts, memes, ahoy. Anya in all of those amazing outfits. I did like the first one with the peanut shirt. I think it suited her. Could have bought that one. Don't want to imagine how much that would have cost. It's a very expensive department store and I've done some conversions for you right at the end to work out how much the keychain is. It's expensive. The Becky collection is another one I did enjoy watching. It was absolutely hilarious to see her in some of those clothings. But then I did realise it was kind of a bit scary that there's this 8-year-old who is fantasising over a 30-year-old dressing like his wife. I stopped. Once I realised where that sentence was going, I was like, no, I'm just going to stop because actually the more I think about it, the creepier it gets. But it was quite funny just to see halfway through that Becky's like, actually, wait, why am I wasting time on you? I need to look good because, yeah, there is still a social event going up. Even after this entire episode, there's still a social event coming up. And I think the man himself is going to be showing next week. But I need to cast light on the best character of the week. And that is Martha. OG, amazing character, the valet, the butler. I don't know, guys. I'm not rich enough to have anybody work for me. She looks after Becky. She's amazing. She literally has to carry everything, and she literally sits there with a throne of boxes around her. Like, I'm thinking of the Game of thrones, but with retail thrones. This is the box throne. She also reminds Becky that it is very rude to turn down a gift, which is the reason why she's allowed the gift in the first place. Apparently not the best, even though I'm going to tell you how much the keychain costs in a minute. And actually, I mean, if you can tell me there's a more expensive keychain, ouch. But she does literally tell Becky to pretty much shut the hell up. You know, you need to learn about other people. Stop acting like you know it all. Obviously, she doesn't say it in that harsher terms, but it's essentially what she's saying is you need to stop acting like you know everything and get out there and learn about people, which allows her to eventually befriend Anya. Even though I'm pretty sure when they met, she saw Anya as an underling. She said she was cute enough to be an underling or something, and then she took her on. But then she actually did find out she was interesting. The keychain, 100,000 yen for a keychain is £600. I guess the equivalent is $50 probably. Technically the same right now because the pound's so weak. I would never pay that much for a keychain. At the end of the day, Damien ends up falling in love with a smile. Not money, not clothing, just seeing Anya, just literally happy to have a friend. And they're just giggling, and I love that. It does seem that next week we might be seeing the man himself. Desmond is coming. I'm very nervous because he doesn't look happy, and I think Lloyd's there. So we're going to have to see how it ends. So it looks like we are finally ending season 1 with meeting Desmond. Back in the day, anime used to be all like 48, 24 episodes season 1. We're so used to a season being 12 episodes. It's strange, but we are coming to the end of it, guys. So next week I'll give you my overall thoughts, give you my overall score out of 10, what I thought. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I sound terrible, so thank you for bearing with my voice. I hope it's not too noticeable on the recordings. I will see you guys again soon. I will be bringing you my end of season review very shortly, so if you haven't already, check out the winter 2023 video. Am I going to be seeing you for any of the breakdowns? What are you watching? Hopefully you'll find something of interest to you. Have a great day, guys. Make sure you don't get sick. Bye bye.